and I are so glad you're here this morning. Today we celebrate the third Sunday in Advent. Remember that Advent is a time of preparation of the coming of Jesus. We're looking forward to Christmas when we celebrate the coming of Jesus, our Savior, as a baby so long ago. And we eagerly await the day He will come again to rescue us and make all the sad things untrue. On the first Sunday of Advent, we lit the candle of hope. Remember? Remember that hope is a choice that we make to look forward, expecting God to do amazing things that He said He will do in the future when Jesus returns. And we hope because we remember and celebrate what God has already done and how He's been faithful to us in the past when He sent His Son Jesus to save us through His death on the cross. Last time, we lit the candle of love and we talked about God's unconditional, never-ending, always and forever love that comes through the gift of Jesus' birth, life, death, resurrection, and His promised return. Let's see what candle we're going to light today. Hamilton brought us a clue in this gift. Let's see. So exciting. I wonder what it's going to be. Oh, can you see this? This says joy. Today we're going to talk about joy. Let's hang this on Hamilton's tree. You know, joy is not just a feeling like happiness or being in a good mood because our life is going well. Joy is a choice. It's an attitude that God's people adopt in spite of their circumstances. In the big God story, we read about lots of times when God's people were in trouble, yet they still chose to be joyful. For example, when the Apostle Paul was in prison, he talked about the joy he had because of his faith and finding joy not in his circumstances, but in the Lord. He was in prison and he still found joy. In Luke chapter 2, verses 9 through 11, we hear about the angel of the Lord announcing Jesus' birth to the shepherds who were nearby in their fields watching over their sheep. And the angel of the Lord said, "Do not be afraid, for I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all the people. For today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah, the Lord." The good news of Jesus' birth so long ago that we celebrate today at Christmas still applies to us, and it can bring us joy. When we believe that God's love for us overcame death through Jesus, that God is always with us, even when life is hard, we can choose joy. Now, this doesn't mean that there'll not be times when we're sad or that we have to ignore painful moments in our life. But when we have joy because of Jesus, it changes our perspective. So we'll not feel maybe as overwhelmed because of our difficult situations. We'll be able to choose to still trust, to hope, and praise the only one who is with us through it all, the good and the bad. That joy can only come from the presence of our perfect Jesus. So, will you choose to unwrap the gift of joy that Jesus brings to you this season? Today, we're going to light this candle of joy. And when we do, as we do this, let's remember and celebrate the joy we have in the birth of our Savior Jesus. The joy we have daily living our life with God by our side, and the joy we will experience when Jesus returns to make all the sad things untrue. Thanks for being here today. We'll see you next time. Bye.